Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at some shaded regions on a Venn diagram, and then we're going to describe those regions using symbols. And the three operations we've learned up to this point are intersections, unions, and complements. So we're going to kind of use those ideas as we do these. So when you look at the picture, just think about, does it look like a union? Does it look like an intersection? Remember, intersections look like football shapes. Unions would be both circles all shaded together. Those are the kind of places you want to start, is like, what does the shaded part look similar to something that you've already seen? So I would say here, it kind of looks like they started out with a union, which would be both circles together, like A and B, both circles all shaded together. But then they went in and they erased the intersection. So it was like they started with the union, and then they went in there with an eraser and they erased out the intersection in the middle. So I would say this was a union minus an intersection. This is me just sort of like describing to myself what the shaded green part is. So if it was a union, it would be A unioned with B. But then they went and they erased the intersection of A intersect B. So that's how I would write that one. A union B without A intersect B. Now there's always going to be more than one way to do these answers. I'm just going to give maybe the most efficient answer, the quickest answer. Now looking at this one, it looks like they started here in circle A. And not only does this A cookie have one bite taken out, but it has 2 bites taken out. So it's A without B, because they bit out B, and then they also bit out C. So that's A without B without C. Again, that's a cookie with 2 bites. So I would write that A minus B minus C. I think that's the fastest way to write that one. Looking at the third picture, well, that looks like 2 little footballs that are shaded. So it's like 2 little intersections. We have intersection number 1, and then we have intersection number 2. So I would say this is intersection 1 along with intersection 2. So we've got intersection 1 along with intersection 2. So how do we write an intersection? Well, this first intersection is A intersect B. That's what intersection 1 is, A intersect B. The second one is B intersect C. It's where B and C intersect. And when we say along with, that means a union. So we have this intersection A and B unioned with the intersection of B and C. So that would be your statement for that one. So that's kind of the thought process you want to use when you go through these, where they give you this, some like this in the homework, where they give you the shading and then you have to figure out how to say it in symbols. And then this one, we've got the Venn diagram split up into regions. So regions 1, 2, 3, and 4, those are Roman numerals. And what we just want to do is just answer over here with Roman numerals what regions are associated with each of these sets. So for set A, if we wanted to just look at the A circle, if I kind of cover up with my fingers, only contains 1 and 2. So I'll say 1 and 2. Those are the regions in the Venn diagram. How about not A? Okay, not A. Everything except not A. Well, that would be 3 and 4. So I think you can use your fingers on a lot of these if you just put them on the drawing. All right, set B. There's set B. That's the B circle, 2 and 3. Not B, we do not want B. So none of that. We don't want B. That would just be 1 and 4. That's not B. All right. A intersect B, we're looking for a football shape. That football shape is 2. Let's jump down and do A union B. A union B is both circles together, but it's just the circles together. We're not going to include region 4. It's just what's inside the circles. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we did the intersection, we did the union. Now let's handle these that have the not, and this is a big not bar across the whole thing. So A intersect B, but not that. So everything except A intersect B. Well, A intersect B is this region 2. So they're saying not that, but everything else. That would be regions 1, 3, and 4. And 3 and 4. And then A union B, if A union B is this 1, 2, and 3, they're saying not that. The only thing left would be region 4. So there really is a lot of merit to writing it on a piece of paper and using your fingers to kind of help cover up. I really think that might help.